Hey, everybody. And I am back. Mark Williams. There it is. Mark Williams here from The Hurt Within. Hey, thanks for checking out my replay. Hey, Sandal, I thought you were going to the pool. If you're checking out the replay, listen, thank you so much for taking out of your day, morning, evening, whenever you're watching this to spend a little time. I see you trying to. That's what's up. Hey, if you're joining me for the first time live, welcome, welcome, welcome. I certainly appreciate you being with me. Hello, do me a favor. If you're joining me for the first time, go on and write your first name at the bottom of the screen and write the word first. If you are hanging out with me, you're one of my partners, you're one of my Periscope addiction. One of my partners, you're one of my regulars, you're one of my VIPs. Do me a favor. Hey, LaShawn, welcome. Thank you so much. If you're not a first-time person, go on and put your first name and then put THW for The Hurt Within. So once again, if you're with me for the first time, I want to acknowledge you. Thank you for coming, all that good stuff. Why? Because that's what I want to know. And so that's what I'd like to do. So if you're going to hang out with me, I just want to ask those questions. And so since this is my scope, that's what I want to know. I want to know who's with me for the first time and who isn't. So while we're doing that, let me do what I always do and sort of got it. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the pool. That was an awesome scope a little while ago. You guys got to check out Sandal. Follow her right now. She's right there. I would love to see you support her. Great positives. She does some great things. Oh, my goodness. Hey, TC. TC Cooper is in the room hanging out with us. A phenomenal life coach. All things marketing, digital marketing, and social media. She will get you right. Check her out. She's been taking us through a tour of D.C. this week as well. Also just sharing some amazing life-changing things. And so let me go on and kind of get into what I want to get into. Those of you that have been hanging out with me all day doing the football, thank you so much. Wow, that's incredible coming from you. Thank you. Some of you guys have been hanging out with me all day watching my boys' football team do what they do, and we've been sort of stealing from some of the amazing tips and nuggets that the coaches have been giving them as they help develop these boys into young men and training them well. We've been excited about watching what they say to them and being able to apply some of those same nuggets to our lives. And so it's been an amazing day. Thank you so much for supporting. Let me do what I always do, a little bit of house cleaning and a little bit of just setting my intention. We might be? Okay, well, we'll have to talk about that. Again, if you're with me for the first time, go on and put your first name and then put first. If you're with me and it's not your first time, you're one of my regulars, go on, and that fly is really about to bother me. Go on and put your first name and then put THW for The Hurt Within. And so my name is Mark Williams. I am the founder of the newly forming nonprofit faith-based movement called The Hurt Within. And we are literally purposed. We're solely here for the opportunity. Thank you so much for inviting people. Hey, do me a favor, take a moment to invite your Twitter friends, your Periscope followers, all that good stuff. But we're here to create safe and relevant approaches to emotional healing for people that are hurting. We want to be able to create an opportunity for people to be able to say, hey, regardless of where I've been in terms of my religious thought, where I've been financially or socially or economically, I've had some hurts. And we want to create that network of people, that community of people that's willing to say, hey, I'm willing to admit that, and I want to be well, and we are partnering with a number of organizations that we can direct those folks to help if they want it, but also just to create that safe space where you can share your reality and not be judged, not be alienated, not made to feel like something's wrong with you. The reality is that everybody hurts. Everybody has distractions, hiccups, and that's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to save the world in a day. We're just trying to create some opportunities for people to be able to be honest about their raw truth, and by way of connecting with one another, keeping one another accountable, pushing each other, building each other up, strengthening each other, letting each other hear our stories so that people realize that you're not alone. You're not the first person to hurt in the way that you hurt. You certainly won't be the last. And so that's what we do. So you'll start to see things coming through our website. If you check us out at www.thehurtwithin.org, we share a lot of recaps from our posts. You see, if you go to the blog, you'll see a lot of You'll have an opportunity to really see the raw truth of my story. Over the years, I've gotten to the place where I've been able to use the therapy that comes from just being honest about where you are and speaking about my truth. And we go a little deeper on the blog. So check out the website. Do me a favor, look at the blog, make comments. I would love to hear if what I'm saying or what I share resonates with you. If it doesn't, it's okay. There are a number of people out here that will resonate for someone, and people will get what they need somewhere. I don't profess to be the one that has something for everybody, but I know there's some people that I can be a blessing to, and that's why I do what I do. Don't just go to the blog and make comments, but do me a favor. Let me share your story. Let me put you on blast. Let me use your story to help someone experience wholeness, experience victory, experience success in their lives, to push them to understand that they can be great and that they can overcome, and that there are other people out there like them that have endured some of the same things. Would you do that? And if you're willing to do that, send me an email at info, I-N-F-O, @thehurtwithin.org. I would love to do that. We try to do all things social media. Check us out on Facebook. We have a community page called The Hurt Within. And, of course, right here on Periscope or Instagram and Twitter, you can check us out at The Hurt Within You, the letter. I would love to have that opportunity to just share with people and share your story. The reality is that that's what we do. So let me go on and jump right into what our dialogue will be today. I'm not going to be with you really long. I've been outside all day doing football, and I'm a little tired, and I really want to take some time to refresh and regroup and get ready for my week that's coming up. I'm excited about some things, as I hope you should be as well. I'm in the weight room here at the school while the kids are eating and the parents are eating, and I love this poem. I actually posted it on our site, something that one of the students wrote a number of years ago, but it blesses me tremendously, and it says, doubt sees the obstacles, faith sees the way, doubt sees the darkest night, faith sees the day, doubt dreads to take a step, faith soars on high, doubt questions who believes, faith answers I do. That's an amazing piece to me, because it really challenges us. Let me start with me. It challenges me to change the way I view things, to change what I see. So today, I just want to briefly talk about the need for us to change our lenses. How are you looking at your situation? How are you looking at what it is that you plan to do? How are you viewing who you are? How are you viewing yourself? And I want to push you and challenge you and compel you to look at yourself possibly through a different set of lenses if you are not looking at yourself as someone who is victorious, if you're not looking at yourself as someone who can complete the work, who can complete what you set out to do. I want to challenge you. If you're not looking at yourself as someone who is already great and will continue to grow into a greater level of greatness and potential and possibility, I want to challenge you. And so how do we change our lenses? How do we change what it is that we see? I believe that the way we change what we see about ourselves starts first with what we think. We have to force ourselves literally you have to force yourself literally to start believing that your belief system has to change in a way that you believe who you are. You believe in what you're called to do. You believe in the vision that you have been given. That whatever it is that you're tasked to do, you believe in that. And regardless of what comes your way, regardless of what difficulties, regardless of what hiccups, what setbacks that challenge you, your thought process as to who you are has to be the first catalyst to take you to where you need to be. Listen, it's great if everybody gets on here and looks at your post and sends you hearts, and people see you in the street and say, oh, you're so amazing, you're so great. But none of that matters if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't think that you're great, if you don't think that you are capable, if you don't begin to think that, because as you think it, you know it. As you know it, you'll speak it. And as you speak it, you'll become it. And so it all starts with a thought. And so that's what I love about that poem. It talks about how doubt looks at things, but it doesn't matter what doubt sees, because what I think about myself is more important. Hey, Sonia, thanks for stepping in here. And so it's important for me to realize who I am first. I really don't have the time in this season, to be quite honest, to be concerned about what everyone else thinks. I really don't have the time at this point in juncture on my way to destiny to be concerned about what other people are saying. My concern is, my first concern has to be how I feel about myself, how I approach what it is that I'm tasked to do. Do I believe in myself? Do I believe I can do it? Let me use I'm gonna put my girl on blast, who is sending me hearts now. TC Cooper is on here. I shouted her out earlier. Great life coach, phenomenal words, incredible presence nationally and globally. But it doesn't matter how much she shares with me about my potential to do some things if I don't believe in who I am first. So she's wasting her breath if I don't believe that I can do what she tells me I'm able to do. She can give me the keys, she can give me pointers, she can give me direction, but it all starts with a thought as to who I am. I have to think that I'm able to do it. And so when I go to people for counsel, I'm not going to them to validate me. Oh, no. I'm going to them to give me pointers to help give my personal thoughts about who I am and my belief about what I'm able to do, to give those things a kickstart. So the people that I surround myself with are helping to give a kickstart to what I already believe in myself. Many thanks, and for me too. We must believe in our gifts. Absolutely. You have to believe in your gifts. You have to be able to believe in your ability to execute your gifts. You have to believe that your gifts belong to you. And so the first thing that you have to do as you change your lens and change your view is that you have to start thinking well about yourself. You have to start thinking confidently. You have to start thinking that you have the ability to do what it is that you're supposed to do. Once you get to a place where you start to think that and you start to allow those conceptual ideas as to who you are to envelop your mind and your thought process, then you begin to become confident in who you are. When you become confident in who you are because of your thoughts, you then begin to speak better about yourself. Your disposition changes. Double tap the screen to show support. Yeah, hey, thank you. Thank you so much. She's right. She can't be tapping by herself. I don't know if what I'm saying resonates with you if I don't see hearts. I'm a preacher, so I'm used to talking, and so sometimes I'll just keep talking even if I don't see hearts because I don't mind talking to myself. But, it would be great to see the support. But the more you begin to think about who you are, the more you will begin to speak well of yourself, and your confidence will start to come across. People need to know that you trust yourself, so they'll trust you. Listen, you cannot pour into me if I don't see your ability to have confidence in who you are. And so if you're going to be in a season where you're going to be doing great things and encouraging people and building people up, or selling your brand, or marketing your brand, or getting people to believe in what it is that you do, or buying your product, you have to have positive thoughts and confidence in who you are. How am I going to buy something that you don't believe in your own self? I'm not going into the Nike store if everybody in there selling Nike apparel has on Adidas. That's a problem. I need them to push their own brand. I need them to push, and you have to be able to do the same thing. You have to be able to push who you are. You have to be able to show that you are confident in who you are. And you're not doing it for me. You're not doing it really, even though you're pushing your brand, you're doing it for your own self-worth. You're doing it for your ability to be whole. You're doing it for your ability to be victorious. You're doing it for your ability to find your smile again and keep it and not fall into silent depression. That's what this is about. And so, for me, I have to get to a place where my thoughts are key to who I am, because then I'll start talking differently. So the third thing, finally, that I want you to start to do as you change your lens, first thing we talked about, they start with your thoughts. You're going to start to think confidently about yourself and think positively about yourself. And then that's going to transition into your language. You're going to start talking to yourself about who you are and believing who you are and speaking into the atmosphere and speaking into the earth about who you are. And confidence will start to exude from your disposition, from your character. People will know that you like and love yourself. And then people will start to, watch this, people's approach to you will change when they know that you like yourself and you're really not concerned about whether or not they really feel you or not. People will start to shift their views on you when they see that you don't need to be validated by them. That's good stuff right there. I need to find a pen and write that down. And so that's what I need you to do. So we're going to think confidently. You're going to think and believe in yourself. You are then going to begin to speak. And then now that you've changed your lens, you've changed your view, you are now going to begin to do the work based on what you saw and what you thought and what you spoke. When your lenses change, your directions change because now you have clarity. With the changing of your thoughts, with the changing of your language, you now begin to get clarity and understanding as to who you are. Now I know what it is I'm supposed to do. Now I know how that's supposed to look. Now I have confidence in who I am. I don't have to wonder whether or not this is going to work. I don't have to wonder whether or not I am effective. I don't have to wonder or doubt whether or not this is what I'm called to do, because I've now changed my lens. I now view it differently. I now see it for what it's supposed to be instead of seeing it through the lenses of others. Listen, let's call this 3A. This is sort of a sidebar of our third point. Stop looking and viewing yourselves through the lenses of other people. Stop giving other people the authority to speak and pour into your spirit as to who you are when you already know who you are called to be, who you are assigned to reach, who you are assigned to touch. The way you view yourself through your own lenses as to your destiny, as to your success, as to your victory over things of your past, when that becomes adjusted, then you have the ability to do great things. Hey, listen, I'm going to get out of here. I need to go home. I've been outside all day. Check us out on the website, www.thehurtwithin.com. Over the next couple of months, there are going to be some great things coming out. We are finally going to be sitting down next week with our marketing folks and trying to solidify a drop date for this book. Y'all pray for me, the first of two, but it's going to be a book of confessions and just some very real things to help us push to that next place and how we feel about who we are and our ability to be great. So check the website out, www.thehurtwithin.org. Go to the blog, read the blogs, comment on the blogs, and then those of you who are bold enough to help me help some people heal, send me your story. I don't need your name. I don't need your birth date. I don't need all your children's names, baby. I don't need all that. I just need your story. Some people have lives that are in the balance because until they hear your story. And when they hear your story, they will hear that they're not alone. And they'll be able to really get to a space that I can't take them by myself because my story is very different from your story. So send your story. Help them get blessed. Help them reach emotional healing and freedom. Let's do that together. www.thehurtwithin. The email is info@thehurtwithin.org. www.thehurtwithin.org. Thank you. And then info@thehurtwithin.org. Check us out on Facebook. You can comment on there as well. The Facebook community page is The Hurt Within. And then right here on this amazing thing, Periscope or Instagram or Twitter, The Hurt Within You. Check us out. I love that we spend time together and we do hearts, but I would love it even more if you'd be bold enough to share your story and help some people. And we bring each other into accountability to grow and to become great. Let's do that. Check us out. I'm going to get out of here, clean up a little bit, go and rest and deposit some things into my own spirit and try to regroup. I'll probably see you later on tonight. But listen, be great. Change your lenses. Change how you view yourself. Don't let anyone change who you know you are. Be great. I love